I'm Hafsa Wajid, a human rights activist from Pakistan. Today I'll talk about importance of counter-terrorism strategy. If we look at the statistics of terrorist incidents in Pakistan, we are nowhere close to achieving peace. Nation has accepted terrorism as a routine. Losing few thousand lives every year in terrorist incidents doesn't seem a big issue. Though the terrorist incidents have considerably decreased in Pakistan over the last couple of years, it still remains among the top 5 countries in the world that are worst affected by terrorism. The most important reason is a weak counter-terrorism strategy. We have always blamed foreign powers and extremist groups for terrorism in Pakistan, but failed to correctly identify many more causes. It seems that from 2000 to 2008, counter-terrorism strategy did not exist at all. National Counterterrorism Authority was established in 2008 but was reorganized as a federal authority in 2013. A board of governors was to provide strategic vision and policy oversight. Meanwhile, in 2013, National Internal Security Policy was also announced. This was the time when the graph started showing sharp rise in terrorist incidents in Pakistan. Though military devised an array of strategies involving all patterns of techniques ranging from peace talks to full-fledged military operations, but strategic vision was missing and maximum terrorist attacks took place from 2008 to 2014. After the incident of Farnborough Public School, Peshawar in 2014, 20 points National Action Plan for countering terrorism was chalked out. Before this incident, National Counterterrorism Authority had never carried out a detailed threat assessment. For example, 867 educational institutions were attacked by terrorists in Pakistan from 2007 to 2015. Attack on Army Public School may have been averted if strategy was thoroughly formulated, incorporating measures against all such threats. National Action Plan was not a comprehensive strategy to fight terrorism, but the school incident united the nation and huge moral support was extended to military by the masses, which resulted in widespread operations in various parts of the country. Apart from actions against terrorist groups and extremist elements, we also need to put our own house in order. Counter-terrorism strategy is not comprehensive enough to eradicate the menace of terrorism. We need to identify internal weaknesses, especially those within the institutions. Most important causes of terrorism which are not dealt in the strategy are bad governance, mismanagement and corruption among law enforcement agencies, not preparing case studies of terrorist incidents, uncontrolled smuggling across western borders, enacting draconian counter-terrorism legislation, and carrying out executions and arbitrary arrest deprive citizens of fundamental rights, while failing to make them any safer. Trying and sentencing civilians in military courts and hanging them without right of appeal to a civilian court are among the most ineffective ways to fight terrorism. Worse incidents of terrorism will always expose major weaknesses of some departments of law enforcement agencies. Counter-terrorism strategy needs to be revisited so as to make it all-embracing and acceptable to all parts of society. I thank you.